Hi, my name is Sophia Martrana, and this is my creative critical reflection of Valor, my magazine. During this reflection, I will be discussing why I chose to do a fitness/lifestyle magazine and the overall process of creating it. Let's begin by talking about why I chose to use the conventions of fitness/lifestyle. Ever since I could remember, I was always in a sort of physical activity. If it was soccer or swimming, I was always doing something after school. Currently, I'm in CrossFit, which is definitely a challenging weightlifting and cardio workout. So it was really easy to decide that I wanted to do a fitness magazine. At first, when I joined CrossFit, I was able to see how strong the women at the gym were, but rather than saying that they were too bulky or manly, I actually believed it was beautiful that our bodies are able to do so much more than we imagined. This realization helped me want to create a magazine that tries to inform younger girls that you don't need to have a size 2 waistline to be considered fit. Rather, I want to show these girls that they shouldn't be afraid of being strong, whether it's physical or mental, because I believe that's true beauty. Nevertheless, my magazine is not strictly on fitness. It also tries to achieve other goals, whether it's giving skincare tips or just providing delicious, healthy snack recipes. So that's why it's a fitness/lifestyle magazine. In order for my magazine to really capture all of this, I made sure I took my time to carefully research the main features of fitness and lifestyle magazines that are able to help me attract my target audiences, which are women of the age 15 to 25 years old, while still showing the message that strong is beautiful. So let's take a look at my magazine. As you can see by the masthead, I decided to use a very bold type of font with capitalized letters. This is used by many fitness magazines. For my cover image, I wanted it to be very fierce. So when I captured this moment of my friend Claudia Nieto, I knew it was the one. I edited the image to be a black and white because because this color scheme is so simple and most commonly used in fitness magazines. I also created linear margins, as you guys can see here, with a variety of shades of light pink to make it attractive to those younger audiences. This pink margin will be seen throughout the magazine, again to bring it all together. I then added the cover lines. I only added a very limited amount of cover lines because I only want to show kind of an overview of what the magazine is about rather than explicitly say it like through a selling line within the magazine. I believe this allows my magazine to really stand out when people, for example, are in grocery lines, where it will most likely be distributed, and make them a little bit curious on what the magazine is about. I also believe it could be distributed through a digital app, such as Snapchat. Many magazines use this application to present their magazines, as well as to reach wider audiences to read up on their articles. So I think Valor would do great as a digital copy in the app. Next, going on to the table of contents page. For this, I really wanted to change it up a little. When I did my research, I came upon this article that displayed a very similar outline that I have right here. It mentioned that it was a fun and interactive way to engage their audiences. So using typography to really interact with the images helped a lot. So that's kind of what I'm doing right here. I kept the black and white theme with the shade of pink on the top and bottom parts of pages, like the margins, to again make it a little bit more attractive. I additionally added the images between these numbers to really just put everything together and again make it more visually appealing to the audience. I placed the titles of the stories around the shapes to give an insight of what they might be focusing on. So for example, essential yoga routines, CrossFit join a community. It helps the audience kind of get a feel of what these articles might be talking about. This goes also for the shape of the numbers inside of them, but they kind of give a little bit more detail on what it's going to be about. Again, as you can see, when reading the stories throughout the table of context, they really focus on informing on fitness while also helping them achieve the audience's physical and mental goals. So in order to show all of this, I wanted to spread it out. So I put it into 2 pages. And again, these shapes are being placed together. So enable for me to show that progression. I think it was a perfect thing to use 2 pages you see from 4 to 30, it shows that that movement from the first page to the last page. Let's move on to the 2-page spread. The article is called Get Your Head in the Game. It talks on the common stereotypes girls face when wanting to join a sport. Throughout the article, I was able to interview girls from my school, such as Ariel and Gabby that are talked about in the article, to kind of talk to me about their experiences in the sport. For example, they were in water polo and flag football. This article right here can fall under the category of profile and interview articles, while also kind of including a little bit of my opinions on the main idea. As you can see, I added a quote that one of my coaches had once told me when I was younger, that you need to play like nobody's watching. Hence, don't get distracted by the stereotypes, focus on winning the game. I think it's a perfect kind of preview of really what the article would be talking about. This is again where I got my idea for my title. I wanted to add different images that show the two sports in action. So as you can see in the next page, you can see the water polo girls and Gabby Rodriguez holding the ball, kind of getting her stance playing, and also Ariel in her position in preparation for the game to start. So I think that was perfect to kind of bring the article together. Lastly, I added a sidebar right here because I wanted to give a few fun facts on sports while also kind of adding images here to really talk about it, to really interact it a little bit more. Again, you have here a little bit of a history of water polo, and here talks about an organization of a flag football's league that educate women to kind of be more confident and to really fight against those stereotypes. Overall, this was my process when creating Valor. Regarding my production skills within this project, I can honestly say that I focused heavily on the research in the beginning in order to really make sure I'm getting my message across, that being, again, strong, whether physically or mentally, is the definition of being beautiful. The planning process was also a major part of achieving the magazine. I created outlines and rough drafts in order to reach that final product. Throughout this process, I learned that there's always something that needs to improve or change. If I would have kept the same ideas that I initially drew up on the outline, I don't think my magazine would have been half as good as it is now. So I definitely learned so much more. I believe I have immensely improved on my research skills and overall my creativity throughout this project. Finally, I integrated a variety of technologies in this project. First off, using my Nikon camera to capture all the images, which later are going to be edited through LunaPic, which is a Photoshop software that allows me to kind of edit the image, as well as PixArt, which is an app to add very cool effects to the image. To create the magazine, I used Canva. It was very easy to work. As you guys can see here, it has text, elements, background, and it overall allowed me to be creative within my magazine. I definitely use Blogger a lot throughout this process as well in order to document my journey. As you guys can see, I talk about my ups and my downs on creating this project, which was very helpful in order for me to reach, again, that final project that I'm showing you guys right here. In the end, I cannot even begin to explain how involved I was within this project. It definitely allowed me to work on my skills of editing as well as learn new things I never thought I could do. I believe the message of the magazine is so close to my heart that I was so happy to show it to a wider audience. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the magazine as much as I enjoyed creating it for you guys.